Alright, everybody, welcome to another episode of Max and Howard.
Drink beer.
Drink beer.
There you go. Works.
Sorry,
yeah.
I got a new delay and I can't handle it.
Yeah, see, I told you. It's crazy.
So we're going to mix some things up. Let's see if I can make it work. Did I make it work? I didn't make it work.
Did not make it work?
I did not. How about now?
Now I can't hear you at all.
How about now? Can you hear me
now?
Can you can still hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Still hear me now.
Yeah.
Alright, we're just going to pretend like I know what I'm doing. And, yeah, that I guess I'll make that work.
Yeah, that's good.
No, not at all.
We can cut all this out anyway, right?
No, I'm going to leave it.
Okay. All
right. So, Howard, tell us what we're drinking today.
Max, today is a good day. I was inspired today. I was talking to a lady friend online, and we were talking about our favorite beers, and I said, well, what's my favorite beer? It is Bits and Pieces. We've talked about this before. That's my number one favorite beer. And I had a little bit of inflow of money come in, thanks to our government. The stimulus package really helped me out a little bit, so I figured today's the perfect day to drink some Bits and Pieces. And so, oh man, I'm so excited.
You're so excited.
I've been looking forward to this show for a very, very long time.
I do believe you're as excited as Rosie O'Donnell in a titty bar, right? That's what you say?
That is what I say. My God. It is fantastic. Even if it's a little bit warm, because we did not think ahead and we did not put in the beers into the fridge right away. But, oh man, it's got that lawnmower shaving taste like Morgan likes so much, but it's just smooth. It's like an amber beer. It's just, oh man, it's the best beer I've ever had.
Well, and this is really local for us, so we're not just talking a normal Wisconsin beer. I mean, I've actually been to a public brewing company's shop that they have downtown Kenosha.
Really?
I've played a show there with Old Brown Shoes.
Oh, okay.
So everything they had, I had some blonde ale that they were doing as a special that day when I played. But it was pretty fun, it was...
I've only seen 2 of their beers actually canned, and only one of their beers actually, drafted. This is it. This is the number one beer of all time, and if you're not from the Kenosha area, it sucks to be you, because this is as good as it gets. It says right on the can, I'm hoppy, not bitter. It's like drinking Mountain Dew.
Did you read the rest of it, though? I enjoy long pours in a glass.
No, I don't know how to read.
Drink beer and be social. So that's what we're doing here. We're listening to a public craft brewing company out of Kenosha's can. The can is telling us what to do.
Yeah.
So next election comes around, vote Bits and Pieces for president.
Don't tempt me with a good time. I might just do that.
So Howard, I'm drinking it here, and it's a Mosaic IPA.
Yep.
And as you know, and probably anybody who listens to us, I do not like IPAs.
Yeah, that's true. You don't.
If I wanted fresh cut grass, I would go cut the grass.
Yeah.
And I don't even like really doing that.
That's what you have Sadie for.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So this isn't bad, actually.
No, it's
which I'm sure for
so
you is fantastic.
Oh,
it goes down like water, which I do believe leads us into the greatest story of all time.
Well, it's not really my story to tell. It's more your story to tell. I can fill in some bits and pieces, and that's pretty much it.
Ha.
Oh, yeah.
Do we have a band here? We don't.
Not yet. They're coming in later.
So, without further ado, here goes the story of Howard and his adventure of Bits and Pieces.
Yeah, here we go.
So, we were playing a show with the Brock Betts Band at McCullough's, right, in Racine?
Yeah, yep. Little Irish pub there.
So it's an Irish pub. It's actually off the beaten path. So if you've never been there before, you will definitely get lost.
Yeah, a little bit.
I think all of us got lost going there. So it was like, I called Jeremy, who was there, and he told me, no, you drove past it. It's in the strip mall. Drive back. And then I think Brock called me, and my dad called me, and I think you actually even called me to be like, hey, I'm lost.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
So, for anybody who never saw us play a show, we did a mandatory band shot before we went on stage, which was usually some type of Irish whiskey.
Yeah, and I believe everybody that was with the band had to take that shot as well.
So it was a tradition that I think my dad pushed it a little bit more.
Yeah.
But Jeremy definitely wasn't one to shy away, and
Nope.
we always tried to watch Brock to make sure he didn't drink too much, because when he drank too much, it was kind of like, you get those drunks that just don't stop talking.
Yeah, me.
Well, he did that with playing.
Oh, okay.
So he would just keep playing guitar and keep playing, and it's like, Brock, end the song.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, you guys were, if not first, very close to first.
Yeah, we were one of the earlier bands.
Yeah, which was nice for me because I had to go home and get to work.
Yeah.
That day.
So, anyways, Howard discovers that Bits and Pieces was on tap.
Yeah, I think it was Jeremy that was drinking it. I says, well, what are you drinking? He says, Bits and Pieces. And I go, do they have that here? Oh, I'm in. And it was so good. It was in that little rose-shaped glass, and they were just, it was going down like Mountain Dew. I remember texting CJ that day, telling him, because we still talked back then, I remember texting him, dude, this stuff is amazing. It's going down so good. And it was. I think I had 5 or 6 by the time you guys played, and I was doing shots with you guys, and I went to my truck to go charge my phone, and came back to hang out outside, and that's it.
So, from that point on, you got to actually know, so the bartender actually cut Howard off.
Which I wasn't there for.
At a certain point, because Howard asked for one more, and the guy goes, I'm not going to give you one more. He goes, I think you had enough, cuts him off. So Howard goes, fine, I'd be that way then, and he turns around and he grabs somebody else's beer that the guy just set down. So, guy sitting there with his back to his beer talking, and Howard grabs the beer and walks away and is drinking it. Now, as he is walking up front towards the band playing, I think it was something like Hijack was playing or something like that.
Was that the band with the piano player in the white suit?
No, because he wasn't a piano. I remember that. Because he wasn't a piano player, he was a drummer.
Oh.
He wore the fedora, had the beard, yep.
Who was playing piano?
I don't remember a piano. Huh. But anyway, so I'm sitting there watching this band, and Howard walks up, right behind me, and he bumps into a table. So now this is the table that, everybody in the bar has set their empty glass or bottle on to make it easier for the bartender at the end of the night to just come and do a big swoop. So Howard decides, bumps into this table, he turns it around, throws the beer on the ground, and flips the table over. Now, the glass he threw on the ground did not break. All the liquid must have gotten out of it before it got to the ground, so that did not break. The 20-some-odd bottles and glasses that were on this table also didn't break. None of them broke, but the table got flipped over. So, I hear this behind me. I turn around, I grab him by the collar, and I sit him down at the bar and say, sit right here. I flag the bartender over, say, hey, give him some water. The bartender, okay. Stay right here, Howard. And I get a, okay symbol from him. So I turn around, go back to watch the band, and not even 5 minutes later, I turn around to check to see if he's there, and he's gone. So I'm like, God damn it. Here I go again. Yeah. I've got another drunken friend who is fast as hell when they're drunk.
Wow, I was fast? All of these things, I've never done anything like that before. I'll tell you this, though. I've thought all these things in my head. I've thought of doing all these things. So the
important stats out of this is Howard's first fight in a bar. Yeah? So that's Howard 1, table 0.
Well, 24. I think that's how that works, but...
Yeah. So I run outside because I realize very quickly he's not in there. And Howard is now in his truck, starting it, trying to move his truck. So I pull him out and be like, dude, come on. I'm not having this today. So he goes, all right. So drag him back inside again, sit him at the back of the bar, flag the bartender over, hey, can you get this guy some water? He needs to sober up. Yeah. So at this point, this is the just god-awful part, and you were lucky to have a friend like me for this part. So
I like to think so, yeah.
So at this point, Howard throws up on the bar into his water cup.
Wow.
That he proceeds to continue to drink out of.
That's funny.
So now you're drinking water through a straw with some of your spew in it. And it's like, dude, and it's like, dude, throw this out. The bartender is now gagging. He's trying to find a garbage can to throw up in because he couldn't handle it.
That poor guy.
And JJ is now like, okay, dude, you got to get out of here. So I told them, like, all right, I'm going to come around. I'm going to clean this up for you since you can't handle it. Like, I'll clean this up. So I get a rag, and I'm cleaning up everything. So as I'm almost done cleaning it up on the other side of the bar, Howard takes his cup that's full of puke, and he throws it into the trash can, getting all over the wall. So now the bartender throws up a second time.
Oh, wow.
And I'm just looking like, how do you work in a bar and you can't handle puke?
Yeah, right. Yep.
So I'm just like, JJ, I'm so sorry about this. I'm gonna get him out of here. I'll clean this up for you. Can I just get him another cup of water? He goes, yeah, but you got to get him out of here. So hands him a cup of water. JJ helps him, walks you outside.
Oh, that was nice of him.
I finish cleaning up. He comes back in. I apologize to him again, and I go outside to find Howard. So now here he is. He's disappeared again. And my dad and Brock were both outside smoking. And I go, where's Howard? Well, Brock said, I don't know. I wasn't watching him. Like, come on, dude. You couldn't see our drunk friend here? You can't keep track of him for me? Come on. So I walk back over by the truck again, and this time he's sitting in the passenger seat with the key in the ignition, trying to drive the car from the passenger seat. So, and because he has a bench seat, I'm like, all right, dude's just going to slide over. So I turn the truck off, take the keys in my pocket, and tell him, you stay here, I'll drive you home. So, and I don't remember, but you kept telling me, like, so anyways, we'll get to that part, but I had to pack up all my stuff, and then I had to have somebody follow me so that I could get picked up from dropping you off. So I asked Brock, hey, Brock, can you follow me, and get me back to the car? Now, mind you, we're vastly approaching bar close when we're cleaning up because all of the bands were done playing.
Yep.
So we're talking,
I can't believe I made it that
This is 1:30.
Yeah.
And I've got this. I know at least I got 2 hours ahead of me just before I'm going to get home.
Right.
So I'm like, this is great. I got to work in the morning. Fuck.
With me.
So I go, we pack everything up, and, Brock's like, all right, I'll follow you to Howard's place. Howard, what's your address? And you kept giving us the address for the place in
Elkhorn.
Yep.
Yep.
And it's like, Howard, what street do you live on? And it's
Birch Road.
And it's like, Howard, but Howard, what's the address?
Birch
Wisconsin. No, Howard, the number address, Birch Road.
Oh, man.
Howard, what is your address? Wisconsin. Yes, Howard, we're all in Wisconsin. We know this. So anyways, I'm like, Brock, I know a generalized area where he is. We're going to go down this road. We're going to turn this way. I'll figure it out once I get close. Because I think we just moved you in, like 2 weeks before maybe or something like that.
Wow. No, yeah, that sounds pretty close to right.
So I get there and we're driving. And as we're driving, you keep telling me, Howard starts patting his pockets. I lost my keys. Howard, they're in the truck.
Yeah.
Oh my God, where's the truck? You are in the truck. Am I driving? No, I'm driving. Well, that's good, but I lost my keys. And you know how drunks go. When you're drunk, you have 3 thoughts.
Yeah.
And they just go on repeat.
All the keys, yeah.
So it's like, all right. So we are approaching the apartment, and I go, Howard goes, am I home? I go, yeah, we're pulling into the parking lot. So he goes, okay, good. Opens the door and just, so we had a snail trail from the parking, the driveway all the way to his spot.
Nice.
And then you're like, all right, I'm going to get out of the truck. So you get out of the truck, and he throws up by the back tire. Now, the truck is facing the apartment building to get to this. So I tell him, you hang right here. I got to take a piss. So I walk over to the dumpsters, pissed on the dumpsters for them because, I had to claim my territory.
That's right.
And I come back, and I'm like walking towards there, and I come around to that side to help you walk in, and Howard goes, I'm going to jump it. So you're like, what do you mean you're going to jump it? I'm going to jump it. I can make it. Howard, first of all, it's like 2 feet of puke, so you probably could have made it. The biggest problem is you were going to jump, west, which was away from the building, when you could literally just turn east and walk towards the building. There's no reason to jump over this pile of puke.
Yeah.
But he's like, all right, I'm going to do this. And it's like, Howard, come on, let's just go inside. No, I can make it. I can make this jump. So I'm sitting here like, all right, whatever, fine, make this jump. And he gets ready, squats down, getting ready, and he goes, I'm just messing with you. And I'm like, you motherfucker. Like, seriously. So now we're talking, this is probably like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
At this point, like, I am exhausted from playing a full day of work, all this fun stuff. So we walk up to the door, and Howard goes, once again, I don't have my keys. He goes, we got to go back. He goes, they're in the truck. I go, Howard, I have them right here. Oh, the truck's at the bar. What the hell? We're going to have to go all the way back to the bar to get my keys. And I'm like,
that's the third thing.
Howard, right here. The keys are right here. I have the keys. I don't think your keys are going to work. They're your keys. Okay. So we go in the door, walk downstairs to the apartment, and we get to the door. And he goes, I got to let the dog out.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, you stay here. I'll let the dog out. So, leave you sitting in the apartment. I bring Doc upstairs, let him run outside. And as Doc's running around outside, Howard pops up at the door and goes, I gotta let the dog out. Like, Howard, what did I tell you? That I'm gonna let the dog out? Yes. Well, yeah, that's what I'm here. I'm here to let the dog out. Okay, whatever. So, and it was something along the lines of like, yeah, he doesn't like to listen to people. So I did it once. I clapped once. Doc, get over here. And he looks at me and comes running over, comes inside. So now I got Doc inside and Howard inside. So now we're going back downstairs. Wow. Howard went down 2 stairs, sat down, and I told him, come on, let's go downstairs. To add to this, Doc sat down with Howard on every step that Howard sat down.
That's my buddy.
So as friendship goes, he's just like, oh, what are we doing? We're sitting here? Okay,
right.
We'll sit here.
That's my buddy.
So finally get all the way downstairs, and they tell Howard, go to the bathroom. You're going to need to sleep in the bathroom. It's one of those kind of days, because you're going to throw up again. So he walks, all right, the bathroom's right here. It's straight down this hallway. He walks halfway down the hallway and turns left right into his bedroom and face plants on the bed. So I mean, like, literally face on the bed. Everything else is on the ground, just full-on drunk contortion sitting there. Howard, that is not the bathroom. And you pop your head up like this. Just, are you sure? Yes, Howard, I am certain of that. Okay. So, get him to the bathroom. Just like, stay here. He goes, okay. But wait, I need my keys. I left them at the bar. Howard, your keys are right here.
Where did you put them?
I don't even remember where I put them. I put them somewhere, like...
I don't remember either.
I wanted to say I put them somewhere, like, on the floor by the front door. Somewhere where I knew you had to walk or something. Okay. But it was just like, I was like, all right, are you good? Well, but I need my keys. They're at the bar. We got to go back. How am I going to get my truck? I don't have my keys. It's just... You're right, Howard. I'll come and get you in the morning.
3 things that I always think about when I'm drinking. My keys, the truck itself, and the dog. Yeah. Those are my 3 biggest concerns. So I'm glad I touched on all of those. Okay, it sounds like we're kind of wrapping this up here.
Well, so to add to a long story shortness here, Brock ended up getting there eventually after I called him and told him, like, drive down this road.
Yep.
No, this road. Brock, you just drove past it. Turn around. So after that, we went to Wendy's.
Like herding cats.
To get food because neither of us have eaten since like 7 o'clock.
Right.
You know, it's now like 3 in the morning. So we had to do that. We went back. I got back to my car at like 3:45 and had a 45-minute drive home. And I do believe, like, as I was getting out of my car, you could just start to see the sky start to get a little bit of light, and I'm like, I fucking hate this.
Well, I'll tell you, in that whole time, I think I regained like a slight bit of consciousness that I can recall in the truck. And I was like, I'm in the truck, but I'm not driving. That's kind of weird. But I remember waking up and just thinking, wait a minute, where am I? The last thing I remember is being at the bar. How did I get home? Where am I at? So that was the first time that I fully, completely blacked out. And it was crazy. It was the craziest feeling. Like, just the feeling of desperation, like, what in the hell happened last night kind of deal. And like, oh my God, how many people did I piss off? The answer is all of them.
Yes, all of them.
You know, pretty much all of them. I think Brock had a air of indifference, but I think that's in general.
Well, I mean, Jeremy thought it was funny.
You know, and the only people that didn't really think it was funny was JJ. Yeah.
Well, and I think even that as a bar owner, you know.
Right.
That's going to happen, but you do want to get that drunk person out as quickly as possible.
And, hey, I mean, I guess it's funny to hear it all come back, and I hear it all the time because we like to tell that story. It's pretty funny, but it's cool to me because those are the way that you say it. Those are all thoughts that have entered my head at some point. And at the time, I was a pretty weak drinker.
Mm-hmm.
You know, wasn't a very good at holding my alcohol. That's why I didn't drink a lot at that time. But when it tastes as good as this does right here, the public brewery bits and pieces, I mean, it don't get much better than this, you know.
I think one of my favorite things was we knew you stole one beer in the night. It wasn't until a couple days later when we found the second glass in the back of your truck.
It was a Menards one. And
it was like, Howard, how many beers did you steal? I stole the beer? You go, apparently two.
Apparently two. Yeah, I did not hear the stole the beer. It was awesome to hear all of the bits and pieces of the story. They were not necessarily in order. You know, so, dude. Oh, man. And I'll never black out ever again. Because it was the worst experience I ever had. I believe I bought 2 dozen donuts, 1 dozen just for Max, just for all the bullshit, and I think I bought beer for the next 4 practices just because I was so embarrassed by the whole thing. But that's always a good memory. I said this earlier on the show before. I was still working for Weed Man at the time, and we were in that area, and we stumbled upon McAuliffe's Pub. Nobody can find it to save their lives unless you just stumble upon it. I'm like, guys, we have to go in there just to have a drink to see if they remember who I am. No, we can't do that. That's bad. Maybe after work. We could leave you there. Okay. Could you?
You talked me into it.
Drop me off? That'd be cool. So yeah, that's bits and pieces. That's our bits and pieces story. And like I said, it doesn't get much better than this beer. Even a guy like Max who doesn't like the bitter brews, who doesn't like the IPAs, Max is drinking this and he's looking at this. He's like, I could drink this all day. This is like drinking Mountain Dew.
It's not like drinking Mountain Dew. My teeth don't hurt.
Well, yeah. That's true. You're not really super energized and hyper from drinking Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew.
Yeah, right.
Buttons.
Mittens. So yeah, Max. I mean, this is my first for this beer. This is my first ever number 5. This is a hardcore 5. This is the greatest beer that's ever been made. This is the beer I like. 5 out of 5. That's my rating.
Well, yeah, I could have told you your rating before I cracked open the beer myself.
Yes. I'm proud of this.
I'd put it right in the middle.
Okay.
Middle of the road.
That's pretty good. That's pretty high for an IPA.
As IPAs go, like I said, I think it's more tolerated because it's a mosaic.
It's so smooth. It's like drinking an amber.
So it does have that sour hue to it, I guess, if you want to call it that.
That's nice. I like that. Sour hue.
I was just reading the back of the can because, this is a local craft beer, and, craft beer people like to give you something to read while you chew on their beer.
That's true.
And they consider world peace their singular mission. And it turns out it's way harder than it sounds.
Oh, yeah, I suppose it would be.
So it's definitely something. From what I remember of playing at Public, those guys were great dudes.
That's cool.
Everybody there was super super excited. Like, wait, you're that drummer? Like, yeah, I played. But you're in this band, and I'm like, yeah, I'm a drummer. You have to be in like 5 bands.
Yep.
That's like a rule of being a drummer. If you're not in 5 bands, then you
kind of lose it.
They take away your drummer's card.
Well, that's why they took away mine.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you don't play in any bands.
I don't play in any bands.
All right. So, Howard, with that being said, my beer is getting low, which means it is about that time.
Mine's getting low, too.
So, thanks again, everybody, for taking a listen to us. I know you have your choice in podcasts, and I'm glad you choose to listen to us.
Ditto.
So, on that note, I am still Max.
I am still Howard.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.